Hey everybody, Dr. Ed Gigliotti here. Sorry I haven't been making as many videos lately. We've been so busy serving people in the office. It's been such a blessing. So because of that, it's been a little bit in the back of my mind about these videos. But this situation, this case just came across my desk and I'm like, we got to share this with people. It's so cool. So many times in life we're taught to invest in different aspects of our life, from our friendships to our career to our education to our finances, all different aspects. We know that it's a constant investment, right? Like you don't just talk to somebody one time and be best friends with them. It's like an ongoing relationship that grows, including our career. Our career, a lot of times where we get to where we want to go has been gradual steps of doing the right thing, caring for people, going to a continuing education, so on and so forth. Many times what we neglect in Western society is our health. We put all our focus on these other attributes of life and then we ignore our health. And if you've been there like I have, you're probably well aware that when you ignore your health to the point that your health is the only thing you could focus on because you have a significant health situation, you will sacrifice everything else to try and get your health back. That's why we're so passionate about upper cervical chiropractic, is because when you understand how the body functions, this brainstem, spinal cord control virtually every function within you. Every cell, tissue, organ, all cellular function, all organ function, immune function, how you move, how you think, how you sleep, everything, essential nervous system regulated. So we're only as healthy as this nervous system is functioning. That's why we look to the spine. Whenever you have spinal misalignments, that can be measured now with technology, and the effects of those spinal misalignments can be measured through your body processes, may it be blood flow going throughout your neck, reflexes, muscle strength, heart rate variability, checking heart function, gives an indication of how the nervous system is working. When you could test that and see what's going on, there's no reason to leave it injured because you're only as healthy as your nervous system is operating. So I want to share this situation. This gentleman's been under care for since 2018. And when he first started care, he had right hand tingling nonstop. Right shoulder pain, that was pretty significant. He lost mobility and he was actually getting cortisone shots when he came to our office. But he had stabbing pain in his shoulders. It was just debilitating pain at times. He had low back pain that would flare up. And it was affecting his sleep dramatically. And he's an avid bike rider, even to this day. He's an avid bike rider, and it was really limiting his ability to be able to do all the road work riding his bike in the summer. Okay, we're in New York State, so obviously not in the winter was he riding. But he got under care. We took 3D imaging. We did neurological testing, and we found where the problem was. The problem in his situation was in his upper neck. Like so many people, there was a significant injury to his nervous system, and it was cutting down that brain-to-body communication. Now, these symptoms are how it was showing on him, but as you know, if you have a background in science and physiology and biology and how the body functions, we can only feel a very small percentage of what's happening in our bodies. So when you're already having symptoms like tingling down your hands and you're having shoulder immobility where you're having issues with moving your shoulder and pain and all the rest, you can imagine how much is affected on that circuit. So he's awesome. He doesn't miss a visit. He comes in, he prioritizes his health. He's a busy guy, works all the time, and he has a really important career. And he's still like, I got to get checked. I know how important this is. Okay? All those health issues have resolved. He's doing awesome. Okay? So we periodically follow up with the 3D imaging whenever the neurological indicators tell us to, or with timing, like with neurological indicators. Like if it's been a few years, it's a good idea to get updates because things can change. I'm going to compare his 2023 films, where there was still massive improvements since 2018, but I'm going to compare his 2023 films to the films we just took last week. And I want you guys to see this. This here is a top-down view. Here's his atlas vertebra, and there's his second vertebra. That's parts of his jaw. So the back of the skull would be over here, and this is looking right down, bird's eye view. Okay? So this is where the brainstem, on the average person, the brainstem comes down to the second vertebra. So you got the whole brain funneling through here. Not to mention all the blood going to the brain through the vertebral arteries. Like a lot of the blood's going through the vertebral arteries, which are coming up right the side and then the back of the skull. And then also cerebral spinal fluid flow. Look at this natural twist he had in 2023. Even with consistent care, it was improving. It was even worse than that in 2018. But look at this here. And look at the space here between C2 and the atlas. And look how encroached it is here. This is the back of the atlas. This is the back of C2. Can you see on that C2 on how it's rotated so much to the right compared to the left? That's a big deal. When you understand physiological function and what that brainstem controls, just virtually everything, literally, okay? You can understand on why this is such a big deal to address, even if he had no symptoms at that point, right? It's like you wouldn't want a 70% blockage in your arteries of your heart, even if you had no symptoms. Like, we understand with science that has to be addressed because it's going to have detrimental effects on your whole health instantaneously and long term. Now, think about the brainstem, which even controls heart function. So he's been consistent with care. He's been awesome. He gets checked. He prioritizes his health. Check this out. This is now. Remind you, and just to remind you, he's doing amazing with his health, okay? And look at this. Look at C2 and the atlas, how balanced they are now. Look at the back of the spinous process and look how it's lined up with the atlas looking bird's eye view. How much less tension and stress do you think there is on that brainstem? How much better would the blood flow be when the blood flow is coming through the arteries here, through the vertebral arteries? And now, how much less kinking do you think there would be on those delicate arteries supplying 2/3 of the back of your brain with blood? Isn't that crazy? I'll show you again, just a contrast. So this is before, or 2023. This is now. So cool. You know, this is why we're so passionate about this work. We got to share this message. There's too many people that don't know. When you have pressure on that brainstem, like 2023, you can't be healthy physiologically. It's impossible. If you have significant pressure on that brainstem and that spinal cord, and to expect that body to function the way it's supposed to. When we see changes like this, we have no doubt that the trajectory of that person's life is changing drastically. And it's going to get better and better with time as you keep that pressure off and get even more pressure off of the central nervous system, and those ligaments and those tendons re-strengthen and the nerves regenerate because there's not constant pressure on them. It is so cool. Love and appreciate you. If this resonates with you, please share the message. If you got friends and family at home that you're like, listen, you got to get checked. I know you've been struggling with your health, or even if you haven't been struggling, they haven't been struggling with their health, but you know how important it is for them to get checked. Maybe share this video with them. You know, if you got friends and family in another city or state, share this video with them. We'll find them a doc. We're so passionate about this work. If I didn't have 5 lovely children at home and a wonderful wife, I would live here, just literally marking up films and adjusting people nonstop, you know? But we got so many more people to serve, and this is why we do what we do. Love and appreciate you. Please share this message. Thank you.